History remembers many rulers, but only a few leave behind a shadow so dark that centuries later, their name still sends shivers through time. He was called the Sword of the Umayyads, the iron fist of a caliphate built on fear. His name was Hajjaj Ibn Yousaf, and his cruelty became legend. Umar ibn Abdulaziz once said, if every nation were to place their greatest tyrants on one side of the scale and only Al-Hajjaj on the other, his tyranny alone would outweigh them all. This is the story of a man who bombarded the holy Kaaba, who silenced scholars, humiliated companions, and ruled through rivers of blood, yet died whispering verses of regret. Was he a monster or a misunderstood servant of order? Tonight, we uncover his rise, his reign, and his reckoning.
After the death of Yazid, the vast Umayyad Empire began to fracture. Tribes rebelled, scholars rose in defiance. The city of Mecca, once a sanctuary, became the stronghold of a new leader, Abdullah ibn Zubair, the grandson of Abu Bakr and one of the most respected companions of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Across the empire, loyalties split. The Umayyad Caliph Abdul Malik ibn Marwan faced the impossible task of restoring control, and when diplomacy failed, he turned to one man, a man known for his ruthless efficiency, Al-Hajjaj ibn Yousaf. Al-Hajjaj was not born into power. He began as a school teacher in the city of Taif, quiet, sharp-tongued, and disciplined. He knew the Quran by heart and spoke with the precision of a scholar, but beneath his calm exterior burned an obsession to command, to rule, to dominate chaos. His sharpness caught the eye of the Caliph's generals. Soon he was leading troops, then city, then provinces. When the call came to crush the rebellion in Mecca, Al-Hajjaj didn't hesitate. He declared boldly before the Caliph, "O leader of the believers, I will take Abdullah ibn Zubair myself, for in my dream I saw his death by my hand." In the year 692, the world witnessed one of the most shocking events in Islamic history. An army of thousands marched toward the holy city under the command of Al-Hajjaj ibn Yousaf. They surrounded Mecca. Catapults were raised. Stones and fire rained down upon the city of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Even the Kaaba, the house of Allah, was struck. Flames licked its walls as innocent pilgrims fled in horror. Inside, Abdullah ibn Zubair prayed, unmoved, as fiery stones landed near his chest. His beard was singed by the flames, yet he didn't break his prayer. Al-Hajjaj offered amnesty. Whoever abandons Ibn Zubair and comes to me shall be safe. Thousands deserted. In a single day, 10,000 left Abdullah's side until only a few loyal hearts remained. Knowing his end was near, Abdullah ibn Zubair went to see his mother, the elderly, blind Asma bint Abu Bakr, now over 100 years old. "Mother," he said softly, "death has become sweeter to me than life. My followers have abandoned me. What should I do?" She replied with unwavering faith, "My son, you know yourself best, but if you are upon the truth, then die upon it. And if you seek this world, then you are the most wretched of men. Fight, for you are the son of Zubair, the grandson of Abu Bakr, and your grandmother was Safiya." Abdullah smiled, kissed her forehead, and returned to the battlefield. He fought until he fell, a martyr. His body was hung on a cross at the gates of Mecca, a symbol of defiance crushed. When Abdullah ibn Umar passed by, he looked at the hanging body and said, "I was there when this man was born, and I am here when he has died. The takbir that welcomed him into this world was far greater than the one I hear today. Even death could not erase his fragrance." So Hajjaj, furious, ordered a dead cat's carcass to be tied around him to mask the scent. When asked to take the body down, Hajjaj replied coldly, "Not until Asma, his mother, comes and begs me." She refused. Instead, she raised her hands toward the heavens and said, "Is it not time for the rider of the night to dismount from his horse?" Her words pierced through the tyrant's arrogance. At last, he ordered the body to be lowered. After Mecca fell, Al-Hajjaj's power soared. Abdul Malik made him governor of Iraq, the empire's most turbulent province. He ruled with an iron hand. Rebellion crushed, corruption severely punished. Even the call to prayer, recited incorrectly, could draw his wrath. He introduced reforms, new coins, stricter tax systems, improved irrigation, and expanded roads. But behind these achievements lay a reign of terror. Historians write that he ordered the killing of more than 120,000 people, many of them companions and scholars. Among them was one of the greatest of the Tabi'een, Sa'id ibn Jubair. Sa'id ibn Jubair was known for his knowledge, his humility, and his devotion. When Hajjaj's soldiers captured him in Mecca, they warned him to escape, but Sa'id refused. He said, "If I flee, they will kill you for failing to capture me. Take me to him. My life is in Allah's hands." When When brought before the governor, Hajjaj sneered, "What is your name?" Sa'id ibn Jubair, the scholar replied. Mocking him, he said, "No, you are Shaki ibn Qusair, the wretched son of the defeated." But Sa'id answered, "My mother named me Sa'id, and she spoke the truth." Enraged, Hajjaj cursed him. Sa'id responded, "The unseen is known only to Allah, not to you." The tyrant shouted, "By Allah, I will send you to the fire of hell." Sa'id said, "If you had power over that, I would not worship anyone but you." Every question, every threat was met with unshakable faith. Finally, Hajjaj ordered, "Take him away, strike his neck." As he was led to execution, Sa'id smiled. When asked why, he said, "I laugh at your crimes against Allah." Lying upon the ground, he recited, "Verily, I have turned my face to him who created the heavens and the earth." And as the sword fell, he whispered, "From the earth we created you, and into it we shall return you, and from it we shall bring you forth again." That night, it is said, Hajjaj could not sleep. Nightmares haunted him. Voices cried out in his dreams, "You have slain the best of men." For 20 long years, Hajjaj ruled Iraq, feared, obeyed, and despised. But even tyrants faced their reckoning. At the age of 54, his body turned against him. A strange disease spread through his stomach, worms eating him from within. His skin turned pale, his body shivered despite the burning fires around him. In agony, he called for the people to gather. Tears filled his eyes as he confessed, "The weight of my sins is as heavy as the heavens and the earth, yet I still hope for Allah's mercy. If he judges me by his justice, I am doomed. But if he grants me his mercy, then my hope is fulfilled." In those moments, the man who had shaken empires was reduced to dust and regret. When the news reached Hassan al-Basri, he asked, "Did he truly say this?" And when told yes, the scholar paused and said, "Then perhaps Allah may forgive him." Hajjaj bin Yousaf remains one of the most divisive figures in Islamic history. To some, he was a necessary evil, a man who brought order to chaos. To others, he was the embodiment of tyranny, a ruler whose sword drowned the land in blood. But one truth stands eternal. Every ruler, no matter how powerful, faces the same grave. And every soul, oppressor or oppressed, stands equal before Allah's justice. The stories of Abdullah ibn Zubair, of Asma bint Abu Bakr, of Sa'id ibn Jubair, they remind us that faith can stand taller than fear, and that truth, no matter how brutally silenced, never dies.
If this story moved you, share it, because history's darkest moments still hold the brightest lessons. Subscribe for more forgotten stories of faith, power, and destiny. Until next time, remember, every tyrant meets his end, but the righteous live forever.